Two brothers who built an empire out of provocation are now fighting the biggest legal battle of their lives. And this time, it's not happening in a comment section. It's happening in 3 different countries, all at once. On July 18th, U.S. Marshals arrested Andrew and Tristan Tate in Miami. They were on their way to a bare-knuckle boxing event when it happened. 2 days later, they were in federal court, shackled, facing an extradition request from the United Kingdom on charges that include rape and sex trafficking. This wasn't a surprise to anyone who'd followed their case. It was years in the making.
The UK side of this goes back nearly a decade. British prosecutors say 7 women came forward describing offenses in the east of England, north of London, between 2010 and 2017. This year, the case grew. Prosecutors added new charges against Andrew, 7 additional counts of rape, along with counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, after new evidence surfaced through Bedfordshire police. That's the case Britain wants to bring the brothers home to face.
Here's what makes this more than a simple handover. Romania got there first. Back in June 2023, Romanian prosecutors indicted both brothers on charges of rape, human trafficking, and forming a criminal group to exploit women. A Romanian court later ruled the brothers could eventually be extradited to the UK, but only after the Romanian case finished. Their travel restrictions were lifted last year. That's how they ended up flying to Florida, and how they ended up arrested on American soil instead of in Bucharest. Their attorney is leaning hard on that timeline. He argues there's a long-standing understanding between the UK and Romania that Britain wouldn't pursue extradition while Romanian proceedings were still open, and that moving now oversteps Romania's judicial authority. He's also suggested the timing is politically motivated, tied to the former UK Prime Minister's resignation. Though, to be clear, he hasn't offered evidence for that claim, and it should be reported as an assertion, not a fact. So what happens next? Right now, lawyers and federal prosecutors are working out a schedule, a process that could take months. That includes a bond hearing and, eventually, a formal extradition hearing. There's a political data point worth noting, too. The White House says it won't intervene. The Trump administration's press secretary confirmed they won't block the UK's extradition request. And the Secretary of State said flatly, there's no role for the U.S. government to play here. Notable, given how publicly the brothers have aligned themselves with Trump world figures. Separately, in the UK, a civil lawsuit brought by 4 women is set for trial in 2027. Nothing here is settled. This is a live, multi-country legal process, and the brothers continue to deny every allegation against them. You'll hear people online say, wait till the House flips, then the subpoenas start flying. Worth slowing down on that, because it's more complicated than it sounds. First, the House hasn't flipped. As of today, Republicans hold it by a narrow margin, and the midterms that could change that haven't happened yet. They're scheduled for November 3rd, 2026. Second, and this is the part people skip, even if control does change hands, a subpoena isn't a verdict. It's a legal tool that compels someone to testify or hand over documents. The target can still fight it, negotiate its scope, or claim privilege. If they refuse outright, it can turn into a contempt referral, which then moves slowly through the Justice Department or the courts. So subpoenaed doesn't mean guilty. It means compelled to answer questions. Those are 2 very different things, and any video that blurs them is misleading you. This is a story that's still being written in 3 different court systems at the same time. We'll be tracking it as it moves. Subscribe if you want the next update the moment it happens.